All the preceding classes that got the upper hand sought to fortify their already acquired status by subjecting society at large to their conditions of appropriation. The proletarians cannot become masters of productive forces of society except by abolishing their previous mode of appropriation, and thereby also every other previous mode of appropriation. They have nothing of their own to secure and fortify. Their mission is to destroy all previous securities for and insurances of individual property. And again, this is very austere and neutral prose, but this again is speaking to some very dangerous impulses of any communist movement and any revolutionary movement. And this is why I have always described myself as a never revolutionary. Even if I think that points of no return exist, that doesn't mean that I would ever accelerate towards them. Because you just can't predict what's going to be left over afterwards. And, more importantly, who's going to be in charge afterwards. Meet the new boss, same as the old boss, is a long quoted phrase for a reason, you know. All previous historical movements were movements of minorities or in the interests of minorities. The proletarian movement is the independent movement of the immense majority in the interest of the immense majority. The proletariat, the lowest stratum of our present society, cannot raise itself up without the whole superincumbent strata of official society being sprung into the air. Again, a very revolutionary statement, and it is quite clear in its motivation and its mechanistic purpose, but it doesn't provide a mechanistic process. It knows what it wants to achieve, but it doesn't provide a predetermined sequence for how to get there. And given that that is the case, it is absolutely fine to be extremely suspicious of anyone who uses this and this alone as their political call to communism, right? Do take that on board. That is an exclusively important point I want to hammer home. I'm not saying that the Communist Manifesto does not have extremely concerning rhetoric within it if it is taken as a religious document in and of itself, just like every other form of monotheistic exceptionalism.